Morning guys and girls, hope you're all well. I've got two new egg boards to set up, and a few people asked whether I would do a video of what I've got and the setting up. I don't normally do it, in fact I've never done it before, so I don't even know if I'll upload it. So you might see it, you might not. The reason for the hat as well is it's to save you the glare from one's bald head stood underneath the light. So within my house I've got like a void in the hallway. It's a glorified cupboard really. I've got all my skate stuff out of the way, and that's where I chose to set the boards up. So the lighting isn't amazing in here, and like I say, I am stood under a light, so this is mainly for your benefit than me wearing a hat inside. So anyway, onwards, the boards. So historically, or previously, I skate a popsicle. So my board of choice is my Santa Cruz 825. And 825 is pretty much what works for me with a lot of these scoopy, shove-it-y, no comply kind of bits and pieces I do. I do venture onto a 8.5 occasionally, but 825 with the tail and the nose shapes does kind of work. However, I also really like my bowl shape Def Benson 9.5 inch. However, I have robbed the trucks, as you can see, but that is awesome for the mini ramp, but they're not so good when it comes to doing some of the street stuff. So with the egg decks, I'm hoping I'm going to get a bit more width on the board, which is what I like about the 9.5 Benson Def board. But with the curved tails, as opposed to the Benson's got a very flat tail, the eggs obviously come right in at the nose and the tail. So I'll have the benefit of what I get on the pop board, but with it being wider in the middle. So what I've gone for is the 8125, so just over, no it's not at all, got that wrong, 9125 rainbow egg. So it's wider than any of my pops, but it's got quite a nice rounded nose and tail. So that's what I've gone for one of my setups. So that's 9125, and then slightly bigger board because I couldn't decide. I've gone for the Exilla. This is a 975, so it's even bigger than the Def Benson I skate here, but very nice rounded nose and tail. So I'm hoping I'll have the best of both with that. I love the fact it's got these little wheel wells, if that's what they're called. Just the shape of it and just the feel of it, it's really nice. So I couldn't decide, so I got them both. So these are the two I'm going to set up today. So because of the cost, I've taken my 169 indies and my 60mm mini logos off of the wider board, the Benson Def board, and that's what I'm going to put on there, which works out really well. And with the smaller board, the 9125, I've bought some slappies. I've heard lots of people say they've had good experience with the slappies and they really like them. I've never skated them before, so I'm going to give them a go. So what I've bought for this board is 8.5 set of slappies, and obviously riser pads, bolts, rails, bearings and new wheels. So although I am upcycling or recycling with the bigger board, the new one is going to be all new hardware and stuff. So I've gone for some green slime balls. I've gone for 56mm on this one. I do like the slightly bigger wheel, if I'm honest. I tend not to skate. I have skated smaller wheels, the 52s and 54s, but I seem to get on well with the 56s for the smaller board, and I'm sticking with the 60mm on the bigger one because I've always got on well with it when I skated it on the other setup. So that's what's going on there. So 56mm slime balls and skate jumped bearings. So I've got them as well. So I'm going to crack it all open, start putting it together, save you the pain of watching me do that. I'll pause the video. I may have even gripped them by the time I press play again. I've got some Jessup tape, so for both of them. I'm kind of thinking as well, it's a shame to lose that on both boards, so I'm going to go old school and leave that, maybe put a couple of wavy lines in it as well, just to jazz it up a bit, because with a lot of my other setups, the popsicles especially, are just end to end with no design, no gap. They can be a bit boring, so I thought I'd give it a go on these. Alright, see you in a bit. Old man glasses as well. I don't skate in them, but I do need them for reading and clearly for grip taping. And pretty crap at grip taping as well, I've got to say. In all my years on the planet, I've only skated for probably 10 years in total, and I think in that time I've probably only ever bought and gripped Nudex and gripped Nudex about 10 times maybe, so I'm not brilliant at gripping. But it's not rocket science, is it? And I suppose it hasn't got to be perfect either. It's just obviously you can get a little bit caught up with trying to get it perfect, but the first time you take it out and destroy your deck or carve your deck up, it don't really matter anyway, does it? Let's face it. Right, I'll probably fast forward a lot of this and heavily edit it. So, but we will keep talking while we do it. Otherwise, going radio silent isn't ideal. Right, there's the end I cut. Again, I appreciate it don't really matter, does it? Because it's the very first time I go stoving it into something and it gets carved. It's not really going to matter, is it? Anyway, while I'm doing this, let's discuss this silly little cupboard that I've got with all my skate stuff in. I haven't got the luxury of a spare room or anything for all my boards and bits and pieces. Having three, well, grown-up kids now, albeit one's grown up and got her own house, the other two are still at home. So it's just a case of sharing space, isn't it, with the rest of the family. So I'm sure there's people with designated skate rooms, which I bet is really, really cool. But my time will come. But for now, we're in the cupboard, which is fine. Did that sound convincing? It's fine. We're in the cupboard. Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. I think the orange will come through on that quite nicely. It's going to take me so long to grip them both. See, one of the reasons why I generally don't record me setting decks up is because I can't multitask. So I knew that I'd be doing it and I'd stop talking, which makes for quite a shit video. Well, maybe not a shit video, probably a bonus, isn't it, that I shut up for a minute. Woo! I'm really pleased with that actually. I think that looks effective with the orange coming through. Kept the lines quite thin. The top graphic was too much of a shame to lose, or too nice to lose, should I say. So yeah, very, very happy with that actually. By my gripping standards, actually quite impressive for me. Right, awesome. Right, one down. I'm going to do something slightly different, still the lines, but some curved lines on this one, I think. I want to keep the top graphic as well, but that seems a bit too wide. I don't know whether to do it so you can just see the word skateboard or the heroin skateboard. I might keep both. If it does prove to be too much of a surface area, non-grip, I guess I could get a bit of clear for it. Worst case scenario. Decisions. If I do speed this up and put music over it, you're going to miss out on all the tripe I've been spouting, which would be ideal. And if I don't, there's a lot of shite to listen to. Can you imagine if I'd have gone live on YouTube, live streaming, I didn't have a chance to edit out a lot of the crap that I talk? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? That's why I will never do it. The one thing that is probably very obvious about me is I'm really not a spec person, and other than these, and have absolutely no clue of the bits and pieces I'm putting on, and I don't really know much about the best size trucks or wheels and all that. I just skate what I skate and like what I like, really, and don't really worry about all the other info and stuff. I do like slightly bigger wheels, hence I've got the 56mm on this, and I have opted for the 60s on the other one. I don't really get on with the small wheels. We had a lot of small wheels we skated back in the 90s, and I guess, I don't know, just comparing the two, I just like the thought of a slightly bigger wheel. And the wheels I have on my cruiser board that I go to work on are huge. They're like 70mm, I think, and they're so soft, they're like marshmallow. But other than one time where I was pushing and I caught my heel on the back wheel and I buckarooed myself and ended up laying in the road in front of everyone, I haven't actually hit a stone and fallen off. So that was my early time falling off that, and it was death by heel. But on the boards I use each week, I do have hard wheels. I think they're 97As. Yeah, so I mean, that is what I opt for on my setups. Again, it works for me, doesn't work for everyone. Appreciate there's people out there that probably swear by a softer wheel or a smaller wheel. But then there's probably people out there that can grip tape a lot quicker and smoother. We're all different, aren't we? How's the anti-glare hat doing for you all anyway? This is what you could have been putting up with. So, you're welcome. What do we reckon? If you don't like it, it's kind of tough because I've done it now. But I'm quite pleased with them, actually. Slightly different to one another, but same kind of style. I had saved a picture on my phone of what I wanted it to kind of look like as well, just to give me a bit of inspiration and keep me on track, which is what I was referring to. Just keep them on. Right, let's do it. I'm going to go bigger board first. Quite exciting, isn't it? Right. What's going on in the YouTube world? So I watched the hypothetical skater video yesterday while I was at work. Most of you probably already subscribed to him, you've probably already seen it, and he just put a link of some is she a councilwoman? Basically someone campaigning or claiming how skate parks aren't inclusive. I did watch the whole thing and all of what she was chatting about, and what she was chatting about, in my opinion, and it is only my opinion, is absolute tripe. In my experience, skate parks and the skate community has always been very inclusive. I mean, me for example, there's probably not many sports and activities that are, I guess, stereotypically a younger thing that an old person could just rock up and feel completely at ease and be completely accepted amongst everyone else that's there. You know, I don't believe I stand out. If I do, I don't really care, but my opinion is it is a very inclusive sport, pastime, whatever we're calling it. And with regards to females, my own daughter used to come with me skating, and I know she would have been with me, but even so, she always felt very welcomed and at home at the skate park. She didn't stick to skating, but that was only because she just gave up. At the time, I think the fear of getting hurt took over, which I completely get. One day she might come with me again. But anyway, back on track. I can't believe what this woman was chatting about. It just seems like complete nonsense. And hypothetical skater did say write an email or a letter, and he put the links on there just to air very politely and our views and challenge her opinion, which I may still do. I just haven't had a chance yet, but I just couldn't believe the rubbish and the stats and everything she was coming out with, and all the accusations and everything. It's I just don't get it. Really don't need that kind of toxic view, really. Certainly with her influence that she has, when I truly believe it's completely not right. Certainly with the skate community that I'm part of, with you guys on YouTube, it's nothing but encouraging. In fact, the only grief I get occasionally is if I put a short on, it would be from someone that's so obviously not a skater, that's got nothing better to do on their lunch break of the job they probably can't stand, than give someone else a bit of grief. But hey, if you're going to put your stuff online, you've got to take it, I guess, which is what I do. What else is going on YouTube? What else is going on? Oh yeah, it's Beefy Skater. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, dude. I feel like I should know everyone's channel names off by heart. so I'm sure he'll be watching this. He's been a year back skating after a long break, trying to get a few tricks, rock fakie, rock and roll, axle stall, tail stall, and he's absolutely nailed the axle stall and the rock fakies. He's going to be working on the rock and rolls, and I know that he has tried really hard with the tail stall, which I'm sure will come in the next year from skating. Whoa, you fell over there, speed wobble. Right, certainly not speed, is it? Right, pleased with that. So we'll do some rails in a bit. Right, let's get the other bits on the other board. Whew. I watched Ungraceful Movement earlier. He was doing a little bit of a part tutorial with a few tricks, which is cool as always. What was he doing? Kick turns, front side and back side. His reverts he does on flat, which are awesome. I'm sure many people already subscribe to Ungraceful Movement. Good guy. I met up with him probably this year actually. I lost track of time. Up at Tiverton. He's from London way, I live in Devon, but he was holidaying nearby, so we had a sesh together. Adele as well. She, I missed her by literally a week. I think she's from up north, but she holidayed down this way and went to Cheddar Reservoir Skate Park, literally a week after I was there. I saw her photos she put on yesterday. That's a shame. Our paths didn't cross. I was there holidaying nearby and skated it 3 times, literally a week or so ago, week and a half ago. Scott from Dad Leisure. He's been off for the summer, but he's back at it again now. I think he's been off because he's got young kids. So look forward to seeing what he's up to. Old Wes is getting his fakie manuals, and he's turning his eye at a bit of hippie jumping at the minute, and he's just doing a bit of freestyle stuff by the look of what I'm seeing on the video. Vintage skate, I think he is. He's a good guy, really good guy. To be fair, everyone within the community that I follow is a great bunch of people. So apologies if it's not coming to mind everyone's name to give them a little shout out. I am just waffling after all. Anyway, back to this. They look quite nice actually, the green bearings in the green wheel. Could have been a bit of a green overdose, but no, I like that. Again, kind of tough if I don't, because that's what I've bought. I'm really pleased with them. I've now got to decide about dropping one of them. What colour round? So I did order yellow for the heroin one. For the heroin, both heroin. For the thinner one. So I think that's what I'm going to put on. I do like the Santa Cruz rails, so if I stick to the same rail or type of rail and I change up the colour, then I'm guessing it don't matter, because it will be the same same holes, same spacing. And Simon, my mate who features in a lot of my videos, kindly gifted me these ones, grey or silver. So same principle with those, I think. If I do change the colour up, at least the spacings will be the same. I've always favoured riding rails, just started off as something I did because it seems that people, or my mates did, back first time round in the 90s, and it was just habit really. I do a bit of board slide anyway, it's not like I don't use them, I do board slides, but I know a lot of people successfully are absolutely smashing it out of the park board sliding without rails as well. So I've never actually tried to escape that, if I'm honest. Again, it boils down to its habit, but it works, so I don't know why I'd bother to change it, to be fair. That's a terrible thing to admit, because it might be like a real game changer if I didn't ride rails, but I'd never know. But there you go. I would never know, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously I've got a few more screws to put into the rails, but that is what I'm going for, so I'm pretty pleased with them. Just need this rain to stop, and then the top side. So I think they look good. I'm happy with how they've turned out. I just need to get that spare bolt sent out for the snappy truck. Other than that, let's hope for some better weather so we can all get out. Anyway, sorry for the long video, but I will forward most of it. Catch you on the next one. Thanks guys.